G'day everyone, I'm Jake Phillips, a Breed Development Officer at Angus Australia. Today we're going to be driving the industry leading Angus Tech. So get your laptop ready, turn on your tablet or get your phone out, as in this episode we'll be going through a few handy hints and examples of how you can help find the right size for your clients this breeding season. In this module we'll be covering searching for a bull that your client has purchased and used previously, searching a particular sale catalogue and shortlisting some bulls based on your selection criteria you've discussed with your client. And the third example will be searching across multiple sale catalogues in a particular area and or adding in additional criteria to refine the search and end up with the size that most closely line up with your client's breeding objective. But to kick us off, we're going to be joined by Angus Australia's Breed Development Officer, Matt Reynolds, who is going to show us how to sign in and sign up for Angus Tech to make sure we get the most out of that application. Matt will also give us a brief overview of the Angus Sales Select features associated with Angus Select.
From the Angus Australia homepage, select Angus Tech at the top of the page. Scroll down to Angus Database Search, where you can enter in as either a guest or registered user. Entering in as a guest will not give you full access to the information within the database, and anyone can become a registered user and will gain access to all the features of the database. Members of Angus Australia will be able to use their 3-letter herd ID as their user ID and can contact member services if they're unsure of their password. The database will remember your login details for 30 days once the Remember My Details box has been checked. And users will need to agree to the terms and conditions of the database before entering. Once signed into the database, the name on the account will be visible in the top right-hand corner. If you've not registered for Angus Tech, you'll need to click Register here under the User ID box. Registering for Angus Tech is free and will require either a mobile phone number or email address to receive a verification code. It is recommended that users register with a mobile, as users registering with an email address will need to contact Angus Australia for a verification code. Once users have completed the other information required and clicked Register, a verification code will be sent. Once users have received the verification code, they'll need to click Verify My Account at the bottom of the page and select how they've received the code. Users will need to enter either the mobile phone number or email address used to register and the verification code received before clicking Verify My Account. Once the account has been verified, users will have full access to Angus Tech. Angus Sales Select can be found by clicking the Angus Select link at the top of the Angus Australia homepage. The Angus Sales Select tool enables Angus breeders to search and sort the registered Angus animals that are currently listed for sale and identify those that are most aligned with their breeding goals and objectives. The first step when using Angus Sales Select is to identify which catalogues you want to search within. From the drop-down box beside Sales, select their catalogues. Additional catalogues can be added using the plus sign. Alternatively, the Show Map function can be used to have the sales shown on an interactive map. Simply click on the red marker to have the sale added to the search. Alternatively, sales can be selected based on their location within a region, their location based on a set distance from a town, or their location within a postcode. Users can select whether they want to search only those catalogues that contain all animals that are either sire or parent verified, with the drop-down box beside Angus Parentage Assurance. Once you've selected all the catalogues you wish to search within, click Proceed to Animal Selection Criteria. The next step is to enter the selection criteria you want to apply to the chosen catalogues. The criteria you can enter are displayed over 4 tabs. The Animal Details tab contains details such as register and colour. The Breeding tab contains pedigree details. The Genetic Test tab contains criteria around the genetic condition status and parentage verification status of animals. And the EBV tab, which enables you to enter EBV criteria. Users can enter either minimum or maximum threshold values for traits, or use the slider bar to apply percentile band cutoffs for traits. The final step when using Angus Sale Select is to apply sort criteria. This is an optional step, and sorting can also be performed on the results page. From the drop-down box beside Sort By, select the criteria you wish to sort the catalogue by. Once all criteria has been entered, click Search.
Thanks, Matt. Now let's look up some bulls on the database, just as you would when searching for bulls that your client may have purchased recently. The first thing we're going to do is go to the Angus Australia website. And then we're going to list the animal IDs of the bulls that our client has purchased and used previously. This needs to go into the Animal ID section of the database search. Searching this area will then bring up the 2 bulls that we have looked at, and we can review the pedigree, the genetic condition status, as well as the EBVs. And keep in mind, as more information is added to the database over time, these may well have changed since the bull was purchased. So it's a good idea to go back and to review these every so often. This will also give you a good opportunity to realise what genetics are being passed down to the progeny currently, and may highlight any holes that are required to be fixed in the next joining matings, which you'll have the opportunity to place that emphasis into the bull selection criteria in the upcoming sale season. We can also then sort the bulls on the index or on any other EBV trait located in the database search in the reportable EBVs. We can then bring these bulls through to the report centre and generate a report, and have this report then available in the office, the cattle yards, or going to the sale, and as a great assistance to the discussion about where the breeding objective needs to head in relation to which bulls have been used previously. The first thing we're going to do is look at an Angus sale catalogue, and to do this, head to the Angus Australia website and click on the Angus Select tab across the top. This will bring up Angus Select, which you'll be able to look through and search on individual sale catalogues through the Angus Select tab. This will bring up a list of all of the sales listed on the Angus Australia website across Australia and New Zealand. For this example, we're going to look at one particular sale catalogue, and you'll note that the lots are listed in sale order. However, you can scroll across to the right of screen and filter or search on any of the particular traits that are listed. In this particular example, I've got the expanded layout showing, which means that we can see all of the indexes and traits. If you click on an individual animal, you'll be able to review its genetic status, its pedigree, and its EBVs and selection indexes, as well as the percentile graph. I'm now going to select individual lots that are of interest to us and click on Show Only Selected Animals. This will bring forward to the next web page only the animals that we're interested in. By then clicking on the report centre, we can generate a report that's of interest based on those animals that we've selected. For this example, I'm looking at the database search results report in the TACE EBVs. We can then print or email this report to those that are interested, and acts as a great tool for us to be able to identify which bulls in the sale catalogue we're going to then physically critique further, which may be sires on our shopping list for our breeding objective this breeding season.
For our final example today, we're going to be using the Angus Select feature to look across multiple sale catalogues and also place in some additional search criteria from the EBVs that are important to our client's breeding objective. The easiest way to do this is to go to the Angus Select button, which sits across the top of the Angus Australia homepage. The Angus Select page will then open, and Angus Select is a fantastic way to be able to view and search individual catalogues, including animals for sale, semen for sale, embryos for sale, and size in the Angus Sire benchmarking program. Today's example, we'll be going to the Angus Sales Select feature. When the Angus Sales Select feature opens in Angus Tech, we have the option of going to showing the map. And by clicking on the Show Map button, this will open a map of Australia, which indicates where all of the confirmed Angus sales have been located and as booked in through the Angus Australia marketing department. By zooming in on the map of Australia, we can see geographically where the sales are presented. This can be a handy tool to be able to use to work out within a geographical location which sales are reasonably close to where your client may be, or may be within a path where you can systematically work through different bull sales to be able to see as many potential Angus sires as you can. However, in today's example, we're going to be placing 3 different sales into the sale feature by clicking the drop-down tab listed under the Enter Sale Selection Criteria. By clicking the blue plus button, we can add more than one sale. Once we have placed in the sales that we are interested in, we can then go to proceed to animal selection criteria. This will bring up an array of information and additional selection criteria that we can place in. For today's example, we'll be placing in additional EBV criteria. For this example, I'm going to use the slide bar to change the calving ease direct parameter to the 50th percentile, which means that only cattle that meet the 50th percentile or more desirable will be displayed in the sale select result. For 200-day growth, we're going to place emphasis in the top 25 percentile by placing in 25 into this box. We're also going to place in a scrotal circumference selection criteria EBV, and this is going to be to sit in the top 40% of the breed or the 40th percentile. We know this because we're placing a 40 in the box there. And for the final 2 parameters, we're going to place in rib fat and rump fat EBV parameters. And we're going to place these in the top 50th percentile for the breed. After you've put in your 3 to 5 traits of most importance, you can then slide to the bottom and click Search to run your search criteria. This has brought about 4 search results, or 4 bulls which have met our additional criteria, and they have come from 3 different catalogues, which is a great example of why this feature of the Angus Sales Select website is a useful tool to look across multiple sale catalogues at the one time. From here, we can analyse each individual bull by clicking on the drop down box anywhere on the animal's name, and the information will drop down and we can then review its mating details, its pedigree, any of the basic reported information on that particular animal. And by also clicking across the tabs along the top here above its listed name, we can also get to a stage where we can review its EBVs, the EBV chart, its selection indexes, as well as any genetic conditions results that have been recorded against this animal. Just as a final example, we're going to select these 4 bulls and generate a report. This can be done by scrolling back to the top of the web page, and after selecting the checkboxes on the left hand side, going to the Report Center button, which is located across the top. This will bring up the Angus Database Search Report Center, The Report Center is home to an array of different reports and ways to view the information available for the selected lots and animals that you have identified that you would like to create a report on. For these 4 bulls today, for an example, we're going to be going to the search result listing report, which is the first report available on the top at the left-hand side. And from here, we will be selecting the TASE EBV report. This is a nice report to get all of the EBVs and the 2 standard reported indexes on the one sheet for you to print or send to someone else for adjudication, and to be able to use that as a quick reference resource when looking at these bulls further.
Well, there you go. There's 3 easy to do searches to help you find the right size for your clients this breeding season. Of course, if you ever need any assistance with any of the online search capabilities or assistance with signing in or signing up, please don't hesitate to give Angus Australia a call. Next time on the Stock Agents Toolkit, we're going to be showing you some examples of why focusing on genetics is a very worthwhile thing to do. And any time spent working on the genetic merit of a breeding herd is time very well spent. We'll be joined again by Angus Australia's Breed Development Officer Matt Reynolds, who will be helping us to recap some of the lessons from the Angus Sire Benchmarking Program. But until then, stay safe, and we'll see you next time as we continue to unpack the Stock Agents Toolkit.